Hey, good morning. Happy April 1st. By golly, it's April Fool's Day. I don't play those little jokes anymore, I'm afraid. So if you came looking for a little entertainment today for July, you probably won't find that today. Sorry, not here. But happy April 1st. God bless you. And what a day. What a day to be thankful for, huh? I am thankful for another day. And there's a lot to talk about. I'm really looking forward to doing this. I want to talk a little bit today about Daniel chapter 2 and the statue, the timeless statue, or the statue of time. I've got a little link out there if anybody wants to drop in and share in the conversation today. Feel free to click that link, pop one in here, say hello to everybody, hang out for a little bit, and make yourself at home. And once again, we're going to be looking at Daniel chapter 2. Daniel chapter 2. Let me get myself together here. Get my shades on. Well, my glasses anyway. And I want to share the screen with you guys. Daniel chapter 2. Now, okay, Daniel's probably pretty young fellow. Young man, I would say. And the king is about to meet God. Pharaoh is about to meet God. So this should be pretty interesting here. Let's bring it all the way back here to the beginning. Daniel chapter 2. And in the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams, wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep brake from him. Then the king commanded to call the magicians and the astrologers and the sorcerers and the Chaldeans to show the king his dreams. So they came and stood before the king. And the king said unto them, I have had a dream, and my spirit was troubled to know the dream. Then spake the Chaldeans to the king in Syriac, O king, live forever. Tell thy servants the dream, and we will show thee the interpretation. The king answered and said to the Chaldeans, the thing is gone from me. If you will not make known unto me the dream, with the interpretation thereof, ye shall be cut in little pieces, and your houses shall be made a dunghill. But if you show me the dream, and the interpretation thereof, ye shall receive of me gifts and rewards and great honor. Therefore, shew me the dream and the interpretation. Well, these guys are getting pretty nervous at this point. They know that what the king is asking them is impossible. They said, look, king, just tell us what it was, and we'll be happy to tell you what it means. The king says, I know of a certainty that you would gain the time, because you see this thing has gone from me. But if you will not make known unto me the dream, there's but one decree for you. For you prepared lying and corrupt words to speak before me, till the time be changed. Therefore tell me the dream, and I shall know that you can tell me the interpretation. The Chaldeans, again, still frightened, answered the king. There's not a man on earth that can show you what you want to see, king. There's not a king and a ruler in the whole world that's going to ask them what you're asking of us. It's a rare thing that you're asking. No one has ever asked this. And there is no one other that can show this to the king except for the gods. And their dwelling place is not with flesh. For this cause the king was angry and furious and commanded to destroy all the wise men of Babylon. And the decree went forth that all the wise men should be slain. Daniel and all his friends were going to be slain. So Daniel answered with counsel and wisdom to the captain of the king's guard. He asked about this. And he said to the Arioch, the king's captain, "Why is the decree so hasty from the king?" Arioch made the thing known to Daniel. Then Daniel went in and desired of the king that he would give him time, that he would shew the interpretation. Then Daniel went to his house and made the thing known to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Got himself a little prayer circle going now, that they would desire the mercies of God of heaven concerning this secret, that Daniel and his fellows would not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. Then was their secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. Then Daniel blessed the God of heaven. Daniel answered and said, "Blessed be the name of the Lord God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. He changes times and the seasons. He removes kings and sets up kings. He gives wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding. He reveals the deep and secret things. He knows what is in the darkness, and the light dwells with him. I thank thee and praise thee, O thou God of my fathers, who hast given me wisdom and might, and hast made known unto me now what we desired of thee. For thou hast made known unto us what the king's matter." Therefore Daniel went unto Arioch, with whom the king had ordained to destroy the wise men of Babylon. He went and said thus unto him, "Destroy not the wise men of Babylon. Bring me in before the king, and I will shew the king the interpretation." And Arioch brought in Daniel before the king in haste, and said thus unto him, "I found a man of the captives of Judah that will make known unto the king the interpretation." The king answered and said to Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar, "Are you able to make known unto me the dream which I have seen and the interpretation thereof?" Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, the secret which the king hath commanded. Cannot the wise man, the astrologers, the magicians, the soothsayers, nobody can show this to the king. But there is a God in heaven that reveals secrets and makes known unto the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. Your dream and the visions in your head upon your bed were these. As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into your mind upon your bed. What shall come to pass hereafter? And he that reveals secrets has made known unto you what shall come to pass. But as for me, this secret is not revealed to me for any wisdom that I have, more than any other living, but for the sakes that shall make known the interpretation to the king, that thou mightest know the thoughts of thy hearts. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. This image's head was of fine gold, his breasts and arms of silver, his belly and thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. And thou sawest till a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and brake them into pieces. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff in the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, and no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. And this is the king, the dream. And we will tell the interpretation there before the king. Thou art king. Thou, O king, art a king of kings. For the God of heaven has given you a kingdom and power and strength and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the fields, the fowls of the heaven, hath he given into thine hand, and hath made thee ruler over all of them. Thou art this head of gold. And after thee shall arise another inferior to you, and another third of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. And the fourth kingdom shall be as iron. For as much as iron breaketh into pieces and subdues all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom will be divided. But there shall be in it the strength of iron. For as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with the miry clay, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. And in the days of these kings, listen to that now, And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. For as much as thou sawest the stone that was cut out of the mountain with our hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, the gold, the great God has made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. Then King Nebuchadnezzar fell upon his face and worshipped Daniel, and commanded that they should all offer an oblation and sweet odors unto him. The king answered and said to Daniel, and said, of a truth, it is that your God is a God of gods, a Lord of kings, a revealer of secrets, seeing thou couldst reveal this secret. Then the king made Daniel a great man, and gave him many great gifts, and made him ruler over the whole province of Babylon, and the chief of the governors over all the wise men of Babylon. And we see that this has certainly been true. It certainly has come down through us throughout history. But there's a couple of things that I want you to see here, because I really believe that some of these things are extremely important, my friend. I want you to notice these. Okay. Nebuchadnezzar was that head of gold. After him came a inferior kingdom. That was the Medes and the Persians. After them came Alexander. After them came Rome. Now, Rome is a different kingdom. Rome is represented by two legs. This is so interesting, people, because Rome never dies. Rome is never supplanted by another kingdom. Alexander overthrew the Medes and the Persians, and Romans overthrew Alexander's generals in time. Well, three of them. But nobody ever overthrew Rome. Rome did divide in order to protect itself into the eastern and western divisions of the Roman Empire. You have the Eastern Empire and the Western Empire. And those two legs came down 2,000 years through history, my friend. In other words, those 10 toes, pardon me, are 10 kings that are existing today. Now, I don't know exactly what form this beast is taking now, which 10 toes are actually the right 10 kingdoms to choose from. I couldn't do that. I would bet that the USA, the UK, probably Germany, France, All of these guys are most definitely, probably, a part of this last empire. All of the key players are here, though. Every single one of them. The Roman Empire never died. It just kept morphing until we have what we have today. And this is the remnant of the Fourth Kingdom. This is what's left of the Holy Roman Empire. This is what she's morphed into at the moment to try to preserve herself. But she's about to die too. Notice too that this stone without hands, when it destroys this timeless beast, this beast that came down through thousands and thousands of years of mankind, when Christ strikes it, he is that one. The rock that's cut without hands. He destroys her by striking at her toes. In other words, these are the nations that are going to be leading us into Armageddon. And this is where Christ is going to make an end to them. This is where the beast is finally going to meet her maker. This is where the mercy of the Lord ends. So the Lord is going to destroy this beast at the very end. And it's the destruction of this beast that does so many things. It wraps up the age of the Gentiles. It opens up the new age where the remnant of the Jews, the 1/3 of the nations that are grafted back in, they are grafted back in and saved as a nation. The millennial kingdom, and then whatever that leads us into when that ends. We're about to see the culmination of all time, my friend. What an exciting time to live in. I love you all very, very much. God bless your heart. God bless you, St. Tommy. This is Eric. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Let this encourage you. Have a wonderful day. God bless you all.